Here we go. We're going to see number 20. First level is Cosmic Crush by Kazey and Subpixel. So what I'm going to do for this video is I'm going to watch these levels and just go through. That's a cool transition. I like the art style. The transition was so cool there. Look at that. Amazing art in the background that inverts. We're just going to look at the video and see what these levels have to offer. So that was number 20. I gotta go play that now. I may occasionally pause just to look at certain things that I really like. I love how secluded that art is in the background and how this brings it to life. You see it glows a little bit and it transitions with this huge screen overlay that then pulses outwards. And you can see in the background there's like a slightly cartoony heart-shaped background that is pulsing there, which is a really cool detail. And yeah, this just has some really cool art, so I'm going to go into it. This one is legendary rated, and it's 20th, so it's going to be incredible looking through every single one of these. I'm going to go through in practice mode, just take a little look. Wow, look at this typography at the very beginning with the Comic Sans. Amazing camera controls just zooming across here. It feels very dynamic. We don't feel static at all. We're just slightly moving at all times. That's a cool, very saturated color scheme at the very beginning. I love that background with the UFO abduction. That's so cool. And the dash orbs just feel so floaty. This is nice. I'm dropping to like 50 FPS. There's a lot of speech bubbles that I can't actually see just from playing through and eyeballing it. But the gameplay is good. I recognize this design from the video, so we're going to be coming up to that section real quick. But this feels really nice. Everything feels extremely fluid. Like, it just works. And this transition is really cool. It doesn't take too long. It doesn't overstate itself. It just builds up the level perfectly. And this gameplay, there's a lot going on with it. Like, we have sections where we're getting flung across with multiple pads and stuff right there. I'm having difficulty hitting these somehow. I don't know what's going on there, but just dying, you can see how much the background's actually going through to make themselves stand out. So many dynamic layers, like shrinking circles, bringing in more layers in. I think the structuring is very open-ended on purpose. I kind of like that about it. We have lots of art details that are going over the top of this level. This is really interesting. Like, it's definitely one of the most unique entries I've seen so far. I haven't seen all of the levels on this list, just to clarify. But yeah, this is crazy. For a 20th position, this is wild. The glow use is amazing. I think the structuring is probably something I would maybe expand on. I noticed a lot of square blocks and stuff. Definitely fits in with the style. Something to note about this level is when you press play, you get a cutscene straight away. And it's the whole thing with the smooth camera that I was talking about. However, if you just reset, it throws you right into the level with that heart transition. I thought that was pretty cool. I love the welcome sign in the background. That's pretty neat. Static camera here is really nice. It helps you get a big scale of how big everything is. This is just really cool. I'm a big fan of this level. I don't see any problems with it at all, apart from the kind of sketchy frame rate that I'm experiencing. I really don't know why that is. I feel like my computer's just being bad today. I have a cool transition. I am personally a creator that avoids white screen transitions, but I don't think this level has done a bad thing with them at all. I think they definitely help transition through the level. They build up energy, so what's not to love here? It's just a really cool level that has won 20th place. Oh, geez. I'm struggling with that. 20th place for this is wild. I have to notice the low gravity in the beginning is pretty interesting, too. Not usually a fan of how most levels use low gravity gameplay because it can feel a little bit out of place, but when done well like that, when everything is still readable, it works. I feel like this next section of gameplay is pretty hard to read just because it's on an angle and there's a lot of free move in the camera. And I'm just not used to that, but it's only a short section and it does definitely polish itself up with a lot of just nice air decoration, minimal structuring, which is something that I mentioned earlier as being maybe a distracting part, like how the level feels so open. I just completed the level at 84% because I skipped the intro. Lol. I just like the fact that the fact that it's so open and refined makes it quite easy to see where to go. And there's also a lot of helpful portals that paint the way. So congratulations to Kazey. Not sure about the icon colors here. Straight webtoon, says audiovisual.